Hi, Catriona.
Hey, Renske, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. So in another video with Bettina, we are discussing purpose, and we also have this famous quote of the entrepreneur. It's of Henry Ford, and it's about a business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. So I was wondering, could you tell us a little bit more on why having a purpose is so important nowadays?
Yes, absolutely. And it's one of my favorite quotes by a major capitalist, taken at another time, but it's actually very, very current at the moment because what we're seeing is that we're facing global challenges that also impact business a lot. We have political instability with Israel, with Russia and Ukraine. We have climate change and the effects of it felt already around the globe. And we have, of course, all the automation and AI issues coming for the job market. So what we're seeing is that our ecosystem and how our whole business and society works is basically being challenged at the moment. And this is the very important moment for companies to take apart and step up and also become active in finding solutions for the challenge that we're facing.
Okay, so you're also saying that because of the changing environment, purpose is becoming more important.
It's becoming more important because how we were doing things is not working anymore. So we need new answers and new ways of doing things, and also on defining how we work as a society and how we manage our ecosystem to also work in the future and be future-proof in that way.
Okay, and because you said that it's starting with defining the purpose, and of course, most of the change it's um, arising from our employees. But how can we inspire the employees to define their purpose, and how can we help employees pursuing their purpose?
Yes, absolutely. You're fully right with the employees, and we do have to say probably what went wrong in the first place, because
Okay.
more and more people are doing what we're calling quiet quitting. We saw a lot of people quit after the pandemic because they realized that their life was not filled with purpose, and that their company they were working for was not giving them enough purpose to actually stay on and be motivated. Because we need that extra motivation that people have that can be sparked through purpose in our companies. And people don't just want to earn money, they want to have a meaning, an identity, and a purpose. So as a company, you need to be able to provide that to your employees. And if you're not, then you're losing a competitive advantage that other players in the market are fully taking on.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine, and because for some companies it might be maybe easier to define their purpose. For example, I don't know, startups with a sustainable goal. But how are other companies doing that who maybe don't have like such a good image?
Yeah, so that's a very good question because not all companies are cool startups that everybody wants to work for. Some of them are corporate companies, they're global companies. We have more and more bigger companies stepping up. And for example, at Unilever, which is a huge global company under
Yeah.
Paul Pullman, a Dutch person, by the way,
Mhm.
he was actually taking turns and making amends to what needs to be done with a very clear stance in his management. And he was committed, and being committed is like the number one thing that you have to be, and you have to walk the talk, of course. I believe that every company that's successful has something in their DNA where they can clearly unravel and define their purpose that's actually already maybe hidden in what they're doing. So it's not just about creating sustainable supply chains, even though that can be a way. For example, if you're doing vacuum cleaners, yeah, think about where that plastic is coming from and where it's going. Maybe you can become part of the circle economy. Maybe you can do something with clean air. So the SDGs are always a great way to start, the Sustainable Development Goals by the UN. And also because companies are now valued on what they have as a future strategy, you can build that into your strategy and actually become stronger and work on your image. Like you don't have to stay where you were just because of where you're coming from. Where you're coming from does not define where you're going. And I believe that any company that wants to be one of the top players needs to think about these things with its investors, shareholders, customers, everybody alike, and align with that purpose that's actually already in the DNA and their genetic blueprint that they have as a company.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Catriona, for telling us more about purpose.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Lenske, for asking me these questions.
No problem. Thank you.